Hey peoples, welcome to another movie review of the movie The World We Make. As always, I want to say thank you for listening, that really means a lot to me, and on to the review. So The World We Make is about two people from two separate worlds falling in love. One character is Jordan, he is black and he plays football. The other character is Lee, she is white and is an equestrian. Now I don't mention their races just for any random reason, it's because this is the main topic of the movie. They get together, their relationship blossoms, and it becomes an issue with most people in the town and their families. And that's the movie. So this movie starts off pretty basic and it feels like your classic TV movie, maybe like a Hallmark Channel type of movie. But what brings it down very quickly is the dialogue. The dialogue in this movie is bad. It's plain, it's boring, they say the simplest responses you can possibly think of. There is no color in the dialogue, there is no personality in the dialogue. It's just the most plain thing you can think of. And to accompany the boring dialogue is corny dialogue. In case you didn't know this movie was about race, Jordan does not like horses, so Lee calls him a horsist. Like racist, but a person who doesn't like horses. And I guess that was a little bit of foreshadowing at the beginning of the movie, saying, this could lead to more, this means something later on. Some other interesting conversations. Lee is talking to a friend, and she tells her about Jordan, and her friend says, are you sure you're ready for that racial drama? Also, wow, he's in college, and he's also, and Lee says, African American? Yep, that's what she says. But my favorite of the bad dialogue has to be when a black female character walks up to Lee. She has a problem that Lee is apparently dating one of the only few good black men in this area. And Lee's very confused, and the girl says, oh, you're not as woke as I thought. You're not as woke as I thought. What also doesn't help the bad dialogue is the bad acting. The acting is very wooden and one note. Some people show some personality sometimes, but everyone's just pretty much saying their lines. There's no charismatic person within this movie. The person who shows the most range is Jordan's father because they have some emotional moments, but other than that, no one seems to be very colorful with their character. But let's get into the characters. So like I said, Jordan is our male lead. I was kind of confused at his status because everyone seems to know that he has a full sports scholarship to a college. But yeah, he's treated like an ordinary guy, and we all know that sports fame is an actual thing. Lee is fine, she's just there, there's no really positives or negatives about her character. One thing that I do want to point out is that all the other black people in this movie are terrible. They suck. And that sucks. You have two other black characters in this movie, which is Jordan's father and the girl down the street who has a crush on Jordan. And they're both rude, they're both mean, and they both have attitudes. At one point, Lee comes over to Jordan's house for dinner. And Jordan's dad is very rude to her. He seems to have some bias towards her. Says she's in this perfect world and she's very privileged because they have horses and they have a barn and so on and so forth. And he acts as if they are rich, but her dad isn't some type of lawyer. The man works on cars. That's all. During the whole movie, the guy just works on cars. He got the barn and the horses for his wife, and it's not like they're living this lavish, rich lifestyle, so I don't know where Jordan's father is getting this. It made no sense. But to get back to the main characters, let's focus on the relationship. Where in the world did it come from? It came out of nowhere. The movie starts where we have Lee and she's talking to her brother. The brother's friend is Jordan. There is no flirting, there is no jokey conversation, there's no accidentally bumping into each other and laughing. There is absolutely nothing. One morning, Jordan comes to help Lee on the farm, and they're talking about each other's dreams, and Jordan says to Lee, oh, I like that dream, go for it, I believe in you. And then she just kisses him. There has been no inkling that they like each other or that there's any attraction whatsoever from either party. She just randomly kisses him. And it's supposed to be like this moment. I'm just like, where did this come from? Where did this come from? What I did like was when they showed a montage of them spending time together and joking and stuff like that, being playful and throwing hay at each other and doing things in the barn together. That was fun. That should have been before the kiss, because that would have made sense. They build up this relationship, they find an attraction towards one another, and then they kiss. So the movie shoves the characters together just so we can get to them falling in love and then everybody being racist. Funny thing is, no one ever says the word racist or racism in this movie, which is very interesting to me. But anyway, let's move on to that racism, since that's the whole point of the movie. The race conversations and situations in this movie is so annoying, and it's because of the dialogue. The dialogue's bad, and it makes it worse. Other than the horsism line that I mentioned earlier, another early line is, I bet you're really good at basketball. And then Jordan replies, why? Because I'm black? And we get other lines like, "Oh, I thought you weren't really with him, I thought you were just experimenting," as if black people have some extra magic that makes it different than dating any other race. And the most annoying comment that really bugged me comes from the black girl who had a crush on Jordan. So she's having a conversation with Jordan about Lee, and she says, "I wonder if someone like that would really understand what you've been through as a black man." How in the world does that have to do with them being together now? People don't know people's entire histories, but they're still together. And are you trying to say that because you're a black woman, you would relate to him more because y'all been through the same struggle? But that also implies that every single black person in the world goes through a racist moment, which is in fact. Yes, there are racists out there. Many people go through many racist moments. That doesn't mean that all black people go through racist moments, and because you're black, you both have the same past history of racism, so you can relate on an emotional level, and it makes y'all a good couple. It makes no freaking sense. It annoyed me, the line was stupid, and it made me hate that character even more, because she always had an attitude, she always had a problem. So yeah, the racism stuff was annoying, but it wasn't even the most annoying part about the movie. The most annoying part is that there are no repercussions for anyone. There is a hate crime in this movie, yet there is no resolution towards it whatsoever. Jordan's father talks so rude to Lee when she comes over their house that she gets up upset and walks out. But yet the next scene we see Jordan talking to his father, everything's okay. And he never says I'm sorry, he never apologizes to Lee. So the movie just wraps on up. It's just like, okay, these are the situations we were having, wrap it on up, here we go. Which is weird because this movie was extra long for no reason. And because of all of what I just said, I'm obviously suggesting that you not watch this. As always, thank you for listening, guys. I really appreciate it. Please thumbs up, subscribe, retweet, follow, heart, comment, all those things. Please continue to have a great day. God bless. I'll talk to you tomorrow.